Welcome to Non-Standard Action, Rise of the Star-Lords, Episode 3. Last week, our adventurers had a very awkward sort of date slash dinner, met a new friend, put down a very, very scary goblin, and made plans to go on a hunt with someone that they don't especially like. Today we have Leaf back with us. Leaf, tell us who you're playing, and the icebreaker for everyone is, what is the scariest thing you've done for fun?
Well, I will be reprising Ava, Ms. Ava Talon, the wild woman of Sandpoint, and she, let's see, the scariest thing she's done for fun was probably ride a wild, what are they called? The guys with the blade arms, but not like the main bad guys. I'm talking about like the T-Rex looking guys.
Oh, the
Anybody?
T-Rex looking guys. Initial
Rencrota?
Rencrotas, that's it, Rencrota. Yeah, no. She rode a Rencrota, wild Rencrota saddleless with not butter rope.
That sounds like Ava. Really, it does.
Indeed.
All right. So we've got Leaf returning with Ava. We've got Lapis playing.
I'm playing Finn. He is a Borai, and if you guys remember from last week, that makes him very, very pale, almost translucent. He's got dark energy veins running under his skin and bright red hair. The scariest thing he has ever done for fun was enter a race to try to impress a girl. And what makes it scary is Finn has next to zero piloting skills. So a little junk racer race was a ill-advised and dangerous idea. He did not win. In fact, he crashed before he made it to the finish line. Although he did get sympathy points with the girl for getting hurt.
Well, that's something anyway.
All right. Next up is Nick. Tell us who you're bringing to the table.
Yep, I've got Lahan, my Lashunta mechanic. And the scariest thing I think Lahan's ever done for fun, I'm torn. It's either between the rocket that she and her older brother built for, the little kids like go-kart race, that she won, by the way, or sneaking away from Atticus on Magnamar Station, because that place is huge and terrifying.
Right. That both of those sound pretty scary. Last but definitely not least is Tom.
Hi. I'm playing Jacinto, the Raxolite Mystic. The scariest thing that Jacinto has done, I believe he was telling me that one time he actually rode the outside of the Force, their little starship, the little planter starship, up into the atmosphere for as long as he could before he started getting too hot, and Rakkus let him inside. That was when he was, believe it or not, even younger and foolish.
Now, did he do that willingly, or did Rakkus arrange for that to happen?
It was.
Did he just think it was fun afterwards?
Yeah, it was probably an accident. But that's definitely the scariest thing that he's done, whether it was terribly fun or not.
That and Ava, those are the two most dangerous fun things that I think I heard out of the group. All right. So, I believe, we talked about this a little bit off air, we're going to jump forward in time. We're going to move forward about 2 to 3 days because your very best friend, Aldern Foxglove, talked you into going on a hunt with him, and he said he had a little bit of time. You guys get the supplies, he'll foot the bill. He's going to arrange for transportation, and that's going to give us some time to do a couple little scenes. So we're going to come back in. Sorry. Clicking on the wrong tab, folks.
Why do that?
Why I do that? I don't know. So one thing that's going to happen, just a little bit of a scene, is the following morning, after you've dealt with the aftermath of the unpleasant goblin experience that you had. I believe everyone will probably be woken up by the sound of engines as the fair and all its little bits and bobs and shuttles ascends and escapes the atmosphere. So Jacinto and Rakis are now officially no longer part of that fair. They're now on their own. They're now on Sandpoint. How does Jacinto feel about that?
Very melancholy. But at the same time, he's confident that he's going to see his brother again.
Well, your brother never left town. Your brother's still around. The fair left.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I got slightly distracted. Sirenscape naturally decided to act up the first time I tried to play something on stream.
Of course.
And it shut itself. Yeah, no big deal. So, yeah, Jacinto, I suppose, sorry. So, going back, then, yeah, he's melancholy. He really enjoyed working with the carnival. But he does get a sense that what he's doing here is important, and that he's going to, sounds cliche because it is cliche, but he believes that everything's happening for a reason, and so he's gonna continue to fulfill the purpose of the universe.
All right. Now, since we're already on to Jacinto, do you have any downtime activities that you wanted to do? Because we talked about doing some downtime activities. And one thing that you will notice over the next couple days, you're gonna get several handwritten, like paper envelopes, slid under your door, and they're anonymous love confessions.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right. Jacinto is going to eye these very, very concernedly. He has a good idea of who they might be from, but he's as a result he's going to avoid our friend who we had dinner with. He's going to avoid him as much as possible. Like checking around corners.
Should.
Yeah.
I will say that the envelopes, it's not all the same handwriting, and they're all different sizes.
Strange.
Curious.
Reading them, do I get the sense that I've met this person before, or these people, I should say?
Honestly, not like one of them, probably, but the vast majority of them, it just seems like they're like anonymous love letters from random people.
Huh.
So popular.
All right. Yeah. Jacinto's he's a good-looking little plant man, I guess. So
True.
yeah, I don't know what Jacinto would do. He's kind of taken aback by this, but then goes about his his business in town, checking in at the stores and stuff like that. But
Fair enough. And before we get to actual downtime activity, one other thing happens over the couple days. There's a couple instances where a young woman, probably no more than 16 or so, she introduces her name as Shayless Vinder. Her father owns and operates the local general store. She sort of bashfully approaches you, and she requests your help with a pest problem in the general store's basement. She says that her dad's been so preoccupied with some of what her older sister's doing, he's neglecting some things around the store, and she's just hoping that you could find some time at some point to maybe come and help her deal with that. And she's kind of checked in on you a couple times about it.
Oh yeah. Jacinto would be open to working on that. He likes to help out. He would maybe check with Lahan and Flynn. And I don't know if we're in contact with Ava yet, but he would check in with the quote unquote party.
We've been sending her pings. We're trying to find her.
Yeah.
Ava doesn't
Ava's
own a
doing
comm
some
unit,
stuff.
so like,
Yeah.
I don't know how
What?
you'd be trying to contact her. Yeah,
What?
no.
Ava's doing
How
some
does Ava
stuff.
not? They come standard on armor. Did you take yours and throw it out?
Disabled it.
I guess it comes standard on store-bought armor, but like, she built hers out of God, what is her armor anyways? I need to
UPVs
go back.
and probably animal
All right, we
bits.
left a note on Amiko's
Soldier armor.
door at the Rusty Dragon. It was like, Ava, call us.
Should staple a
Heckin'
note to a
pleb.
tree.
Mhm.
Sounds about right.
We
I
put
will
one up
say
on the north
Jacinto-
gate.
I will say, Jacinto, if you ever mention getting the group, she will disengage from the conversation pretty quickly. She makes it very clear she just wants help from you.
Oh, Jacinto gets the point.
Everyone loves the
Yeah,
plant.
no, he's not interested in a pest control date, unfortunately. So he'll try and let her down very easily, and say, well, my friends and I were going to go out for a hunt. You see, I'm quite a hunter, and so I figured that maybe after I get back.
She accepts what you said very graciously, and she says, I'll check back in a few days. And she sort of winks at you and sachets off.
All right.
Now, do you have a mechanical downtime activity that you want to perform? We'll just do
Yes.
one, but it will be like the one thing that will sort of be in effect for when we're done talking through these little moments.
So Jacinto would like to explore futures. This is a very exciting thing for me to be able to do. I'm excited about it. I mean, so I can, for the layperson, basically I make a mysticism check after determining whose future I want to examine. I'm going to examine my own. Because Jacinto, no matter what he said to the girl, he's pretty worried about going out into the middle of the tick forest and going hunting and stuff. So he would like to examine his own futures, make sure that there's nothing crazy coming at him. If I succeed at this mysticism check, which is based off of my level, I will get I can re-roll 1d20 roll during the following day.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think Kaylin did this at least once in Dawn of Flame. It was
Yeah,
It's familiar, yeah.
when these first came out.
yeah. So yeah, would you like me to make that mysticism check now, my friend?
Go right ahead. Let's know in
Cool,
advance.
so DC is 10 plus 1.5 times my character level, so 1.5 times my character level is 1. 1.5 rounded down, so 11 is the DC here. It occurs to me that I cannot fail this, as I have a plus 10 bonus to my mysticism checks. So I just get to see the future.
Nice.
Yeah. So Jacinto looks into he weaves through the lines of music and sort of tries to discern what's gonna come at him and interprets it. Oh, even better. No. Artania, actually in his quarters, Jacinto, sort of like puts a little plant twig hand to Artania's forehead and thinks at Artania, and then the empathnid sort of like cocks its head and then starts spinning a web between like two corners of the room, and then Jacinto sort of like hums at the spider web and sort of interprets the reverberations, and that's how we'll say he's sort of investigating the future.
That's pretty nice. I like that. So
Thanks.
make a note that you have that so you don't forget.
Easy to forget.
And we've got a couple days. We'll move on to Finn. There's one thing that I have that I think would have happened in the middle of one of the nights, and it's not the awful thing that you're thinking. Berthana actually approached you in the middle of the night. She was interested in a romantic interlude. The graceful hobgoblin woman was very taken by the fact that you stood up for her boss and friend and thought you were just a stand-up guy. You can take her up on that or not. That's just a thing that I thought would happen, and we don't have to go into any detail whatsoever.
People of this town are hungry.
True.
You know this show. We will go into detail.
Horny show. Lapis, you are muted.
TM.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. I thought you were thinking. I didn't see you talking.
No. So, Finn will take her up on that. He's only got one other thing he's working on in his downtime. And she seems
Okay.
nice enough.
Yeah, we don't have to go into any more detail than that. Don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. I just thought it was a thing that would happen. What was that downtime activity that you wanted to perform then?
I pretty much just want to be keeping an eye on Foxglove.
Okay, yeah, definitely you can do. He's not subtle about anything. He's just going about his business. If you follow him around, one thing of note is he goes to the Goblin Squash vehicle sales, and you see him talking to the owner. They shake hands, and he walks away. And that doesn't seem out of the ordinary because he said he was going to provide transportation when you guys go hunting.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you were muted if you responded. Okay.
Wait.
Or there was a delay, maybe. I heard
I think it was a
saw your
delay.
mouth, and then I heard nothing.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Getting me all concerned.
Yeah, I don't know as much about Finn, so I couldn't plan a lot of things. But
That's okay.
I'm sorry. And then the next person we're going to jump to is Lahan.
Fine.
Lahan,
Finn just wants to stalk people.
That's fine. Yeah, we know Finn's stalking someone. They said that's why they came to town. One of the evenings, I'm assuming you're still staying at the Rusty Dragon because you do have that whole week, maybe.
No, she probably just stays the night because she wants to get back to the workshop, and home is closer to the workshop.
Fair enough.
So,
At some point in the next couple of days, Oswin finds time to talk to you alone. And he's like, "Hey sis, what you're doing?
Oh,
Dad's
I have to
not
turn that alarm off.
Dad doesn't realize what you've been involved in, but he's going to, and he's going to flip his flame."
Oh, Oswin, it's not that bad. I was never in any danger. No more so than anybody else.
You say that, but he will yank you home so fast and not let you leave. Your head's just going to spin.
Well, then we'll just have to not let him find out then, huh?
And, I mean, even if he doesn't find this out, you're not going to be able to run around wild forever. You know, the Scarnettis, they're applying pressure on Father again.
What?
And he's having a harder time fending them off. Like, we need their materials. You know this.
Yeah. What do they want this time?
And he's gonna get super uncomfortable when you say that. Do you want to roleplay pressuring him into telling you, or would you like to leave it to the roll of a die? Or would you like to let it lie?
Han will. Come on, Osmond. Who am I going to tell?
Titus wants to arrange for you to marry his son.
Oh, gross. What is this? 100 AG? Jeez.
I mean, it's unfortunately still a thing for people of a certain stature. And as much as we don't really care about that sort of thing, we technically are part of that world.
Yeah, it's, that's more Belvin's thing.
Yeah, they want their hooks in us.
That's Romulus is gross.
Yeah, I mean, they're all awful. I mean, they say they're conservative, but really they come across a little bit more like bigots. They really hate the sheriff and his
like
relationship.
Atlanti.
Yeah, they hate the sheriff and his relationship, and that one's honestly fairly normal. They hate Dracus's relationship with Sir Jasper. They're just jerks.
It's true. Well, maybe I can convince Romulus that he doesn't like me just as much as I don't like him.
I mean, he might not have a say in it. And Father's going to have a lot harder time fending off their demands this time around.
Mm.
When he says that, you don't know what he's talking about. That doesn't make sense to you, because you guys are fairly well off.
Why can't Father just tell him no?
Not at liberty to say. Father told me not to mention it. I shouldn't have let that slip. Just
Han will give him the little sister puppy dog eyes.
he feels pretty firmly about this. This would require a die roll to make it happen, and it would be pretty difficult.
It's only an 8. I'm a mechanic.
Yeah, he doesn't open up. He gets a little bit quiet, and he's just like, "Look, I'm looking out for you. I don't want Father to be stressed out or get angry. I don't want you to be unhappy. I want you to do your own thing, but I don't know. I'm trying to do my best as your older brother and as his son, and just start thinking. Like, we need to come up with something. Like, the Scarnettis are pressuring us, the pressuring Father, and he can't push them off forever."
We'll figure something out. But I need your help. I'm going on a hunting trip, and I need you to cover for me.
Okay. Why are you going?
Actually, I don't know how much cover I really need. The Foxgloves are old money, too.
That might
Magnum
work.
money.
We could imply that maybe you possibly have another suitor.
That's not a bad plan. Foxglove is just as gross as Romulus, but put them against each other, they might stab each other to death in a duel.
That could work. It could work. That's about all I had planned for that. Unless you want to keep going, or if you have something else.
That's probably about all the interesting parts of that conversation. They probably spin out into some plan of exactly what he'll tell Father if he asks. Well, Han is gone, and she's sort of plotting, pulling these guys into figuring out a way to deal with Romulus. But yeah, other than that, I think her downtime, it doesn't do much at this level, but she's going to maintain her rifle.
Okay.
I think, does that require an engineering? Where did it go? Of course, I lost it.
I was looking at those earlier, and I was like, please, everybody,
Maintain
look
equipment.
up your stuff.
Yeah, I just have to spend a day.
I don't think
the first
yeah,
time I
it
get
doesn't
a
even
critical
take anything.
hit, it deals an additional amount of damage equal to half its item level to the first target hit. So
Okay, well, I would assume that's minimum 1, so
I hope so. Otherwise, it's nothing.
that's how I'm treating
but
it,
yeah,
is minimum 1.
she's also a little bit nervous about this hunt, so she's gonna spend some time, making sure that her gun is very well tuned to make sure her allies stay safe.
All right, and now we're on to Ava. Ava, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on with you?
Ava has a Piper Cub buzzing her house right now. Okay, it sounds like it's going away.
It's just air traffic around the colony, that's all.
Yeah, no big deal. Just Alaska. Sandpoint things. So, anyways, Ava, pretty much as soon as the events of the first episode ended, she kind of took care of her business and left and went into the forest, intending to return back to her home, but she couldn't shake the feeling that something was kind of off about these goblins attacking Sandpoint so brazenly. So she ended up doing some snooping, some spying, and honestly, probably some capturing and interrogating of goblins in the immediate area.
All right. Did you, at that point, after you found that information, which we talked about, what would she do?
Well, let me see here. Just referring back to this real quick. This is going to be... No, I got this. Okay. Sorry. Tom, your face is in the way of the text I'm trying to read, and there's no way around it except for threading the needle here.
I'm terribly sorry. My head is rather large.
Oh, in Discord, you can drag the window to the other side.
Oh, wow! I can put it
Click on Tom's
anywhere.
face and drag him.
Cool. Yeah. No. Wow. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. No. So after interrogating several different goblins, Ava was able to learn that the details, such as it is, of the attack Sandpoint, basically just they were given orders to kill people in town, everyone in town really, and burn the place to the ground. None of them really had a name for Ava, but she's chalking that up to more goblin stupidity than anything resembling loyalty. They were all able to corroborate the story that their leader was apparently not goblin, a longshanks as they refer to them, and this leader of theirs had a secondary mission of their own to well, it's not really certain. All that they knew is that they went to the graveyard to undertake some sort of task. Actually do some gear maintenance of her own for proper downtime. She's going to take care of her armor, and then head on into town for some reconnaissance of the graveyard.
Now, are you going to go
On our
straight
way back
to the
in, we'll see
graveyard?
the note that we taped to the gate.
Yeah. Good
Ava,
call there, Nick.
we need your help. Call us.
I imagine the first thing on her mind is the graveyard, but the first stop is, of course, the tavern to check in with the
I taped
tavern
one on the
owners.
gate and one on the door at the Rusty Dragon. Both places.
She notices these notes addressed to her and tears them down and puts them in her pocket without reading them. initially. But then once she gets into the tavern, she'll go ahead and read them and notice that these people that she fought alongside before, that she deems honorable, worthy, not plebs.
I praise.
Yeah. That they need her help, so she might think about going to assist them. She is gonna go ahead and go to the graveyard first, as long as that is an acceptable short thing and not something that's going to be large story driving content.
Well, it could be longer, but you can stop by there. I mean, this could change the order of events that I had planned, and that's totally fine. If you do stop by the graveyard, if you do take a look around the grounds, one thing you're going to notice is that there is a rather large mausoleum with 2 stone statues in front, and the doors have been actually knocked off their hinges.
Indeed. Well, Ava does know better than to explore mausoleums on her own, so she's not going to go ahead and do that just yet. And we'll at that point, go seek out the her new friends. Wait, hold on, she's not a Skittermander. Yeah.
You can still have new friends. You just can't have new friends.
They're my new friends, spelled properly.
Yeah, you have to be careful of where you stick, how close together you put new and friends. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Where would Ava go to drink? Because you say you're going to the you say you're going to the bar. There's a few bars in town.
Yeah, no. Oh gosh, hold on. I remember this. Oh, I don't.
Twins love the hagfish.
Yeah, the hagfish is like the kind of dive bar where they dare you to drink slime out of a fish tank for money or see. UPBs.
It's Shoku Charlie's for the Alaskans.
I imagine Ava would go to a more unassuming place, more like oh gosh, what's it called? I'd say Bernie's or like the VFH hall.
But Jet doesn't know these things.
I do not.
Yeah, no. We're just gonna go ahead and say that one because dive bar works.
Okay. Well,
unless there's
dive
a
bar
divier place.
That's probably the diviest place, in all honesty.
Okay. Cheapest drinks.
There is another.
Batman's feed bag probably has the cheapest drinks.
His feed bag does have probably the cheapest drinks. There's a place called Reese's Place, which it's basically the bar where all the locals go, and none of the people that are just like in and out traveling ever really know about.
Yeah.
Your dad's
what
bar.
Was that last place you mentioned though?
The feed bag?
Batman's feed bag?
Feed bag, that's what it is. Is it? Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking to pull it up. Batman's feedback. All right, I got these two. Go ahead and let me read this for just a second, and then I'll give you my answer.
Okay. So while Leaf's reading that, what were you guys gonna get as far as hunting supplies?
Finn wanted to get a gun of some kind or a bow.
Friend.
What was that?
We should get snacks.
Yeah, snacks are always good. Finn was thinking some kind of a ranged weapon might be a good idea to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jacinto.
I did send you a message about that, so if you have one picked out, you could totally do that. Might not have been to you directly. It might have been in the group channel.
Oh, okay.
Where I added people.
Oh, we do each have 500 credits, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each?
I mean, Nick and Tom both have 500 credits.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, if you ever meet up with them, you will have 500 credits as well.
We do have a bag of 500 UPBs for you. That's part of why we said call us.
This is good to know. I will take care of this and not
narratively. But narratively, because I like to keep you guys approximately equal, like, Aldern's not gonna get upset if Finn is like, I want this gun, and it costs about 500 credits. That's gonna be where that's coming from, sort of to equal things out.
Hmm.
But beyond that,
Jacinto
hunting supplies should
doesn't-
probably be basic supplies.
Jacinto doesn't have anything that he wants to get because, believe it or not, as I've said many times, I'll try not to beat that dead horse. He's not a hunter, so he probably would
heck.
look into maybe swing by was it an apothecary or somebody was magical that I could talk to about getting spell gems. Yes.
We got a few places. We have, if you want serums, that's bottled solutions. We have the Magic Library at the House of Blue Stones, potentially. We have, that's a house of a well-known magical lady, Madame Avashti. I've got a place. I'm scrolling down. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm the bakery where your bread came from. Standpoint
Oh,
Savories.
Bread.
I do love bread. Had a meatball sub
Wait,
yesterday.
no. You're not PETA. Only PETA loves bread.
I know Leaf definitely did want to talk with Ava and see what she thinks we need. Ava?
Ava.
Ava.
Yeah.
He still has not met her yet.
Yeah, well, eventually
Yeah.
she'll call us.
Yeah, no, she's gonna make a point of doing that.
The
Sorry,
feathered
did you have more to say
serpent
there?
can. I just wanted to, because they were looking for spell gems. The feathered serpent has random magical stuff.
Okay. Yeah, Jacinto would swing by there. He has a couple spell gems, but he wanted to pick up a spell gem of Mystic Cure, just in case.
Yep, go ahead. You can mark off the cost of that. We don't have to, unless you
Cool.
really want to roleplay buying a single spell gem. That can just happen.
Nope. Not in the least. I am satisfied to just buy a
God.
spell gem.
Oh god, flashbacks. I had a GM once who made us roleplay everything we bought.
It took forever.
Oh boy.
No,
Who also
I mean,
really
I
liked
just-
Lapis, and so Lapis got to like do all the roleplaying.
Oh, you're thinking of somebody different than I am.
I'm trying to get you guys familiar with the locations in the town. So that's why I wanted to be like, this is the location where you're buying this thing. Beyond that, I'm fine with not role playing it, unless you guys wanted to go as a group and make it a whole thing.
Sure.
Oh, that's okay.
Leaf, you made your decision, I believe.
Indeed, yeah. While she would make a point of, being, seen as the person who goes to Fat Man's feed bag, she would in fact divert them to Riza's place
Okay.
for her delicious spiced potatoes and cider, and of course to catch up with her old friend Riza.
So you do that, sit down, you read your letters, and
Yeah,
Nick, what message did you leave for Ava?
that's exactly what I was going to ask.
It says, Ava, call us ASAP. And then underneath, we have UPBs for you.
And then there's like a QR code that's your comm code, because I imagine it's so much more complex than just like a 10-digit code
Yeah.
or whatever.
Right? Yeah.
Also, thank you,
Area
Jojo
codes.
Floor, for the Twitch Prime subscription.
Woo!
Hey, thanks.
Oh wow.
Very cool.
Much appreciated.
Welcome.
That's the message that you get while you're sitting down with your spiced potatoes and cider.
Indeed. Yeah, she'll. I assume that there was also included well, no. I guess we'll just go ahead and say she asked to borrow Riza's, store land, you call a futuristic landline?
Probably not a landline. It's probably just asking
Public
asking
terminal?
to borrow her
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess a public terminal. Which makes me think of the electronic gambling machines at bars for some reason. All right.
Roboting bad.
So,
Yeah, I'm getting
Lahan?
that too. Is anybody else getting roboting?
Well, as long as it's not just me, it means it's
I'm-
just gonna go away in a second once Discord figures it out.
I've been getting the occasional slight delay and a little bit of a roboting from people, but not a ton.
I've noticed-
Let it ride.
Okay.
I noticed a little bit on
We can try
Leaf,
So-
changing servers, but otherwise,
but that's it.
carry on.
Yeah. Ava, you get that public terminal access from Risa,
Indeed.
and you can make that call. So you and Lahan are now in communication. Do
Yeah,
stuff.
so she'll go ahead and ring up Lahan. Ring.
Hey, Ava, we have a reward for you from Foxglove,
Foxglove.
I don't have your comm unit number.
It'd be hard to give you one. I don't have a comm unit.
Oh, we'll have to. Well, okay. You want to meet us at the Rusty Dragon?
I don't see why not. You can fill me in on what all's going on, I guess.
Sounds like a plan.
Who Foxglove is. Did I meet Foxglove in the first episode?
Yes, we rescued him and his dog.
He was the Abyssinian Patra who was screaming while his dog.
Right, yeah,
protected
okay, yeah,
him.
no. She's gonna still play dumb like she doesn't know who it is.
And
And yeah, sure, I'll be right over. Give me about 10 minutes. She'll just kind of sign off without letting Lahan respond.
And these three have heard this description, but I'm going to repeat it for your benefit. The Rusty Dragon, it's got some pretty astonishing architecture going on. The building is sculpted out of steel, stone, and wood, and it's in the shape of a dragon coiling around a circular tower. The eyes are stained glass, white and amber, and they're lit from within, and then there's actually smoke curling out of its nostrils.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So that's somebody went the extra mile or 10.
Mm-hmm.
Lahan, Ava thinks it's quite garish, but we'll enter anyways.
Inside, it's nice, it's pleasant, it's warm, a lot of wood paneling and stuff like that. You know, some nice, like, decorative carving, but nothing crazy, just patterns and stuff like that. Got some hidden speakers, so there's some ambiance music, stuff like that, you know. Pretty pleasant place.
Nice
I'm
enough.
trying to
Nice enough.
I'm trying to make tavern music happen. I don't have any right now.
Believe in you.
Hey, okay,
I trust your abilities.
you're learning the Sirenscape. You will master this eventually, and it's awesome that you're trying.
Hmm.
It's exceptionally difficult to find space tavern music. Kind of a niche thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I always think of
We're
like
playing a Pathfinder
so-
game in Starfinder.
Right.
Star
So
Wars
Ava's
Cantina.
showing up at the Rusty Dragon. She got a hold of Lahan. Lahan has the communicator codes for the other two, so I'm assuming we can arrange for all four of you to meet up at this point at the Rusty Dragon.
Yeah, Lahan will let the other two know. Have a quick text that she's going to meet Ava. To enlist her help. Please send help.
Please.
So
Yeah, all right.
yeah, this is all you guys.
So-
You're sitting around a table with a drink.
Great.
Berthana's taking care of you as far as refreshments and whatnot. Go to town.
Lahan will take out the bag of UPBs. Foxglove said to give
Hey,
this to
Ava.
you.
As Ava's taking it, she says, "Thank you and hello. Good to see you all again." Now, what is all of this about? What did you What did you need to see me about?
Well, Foxglove's gonna get himself killed.
And more importantly, he's going to get his dog killed.
We've been
Lord
invited
knows
to
that's the
go.
only reason I ever help him.
I don't think we've met before, actually. I'm Finn.
No, we haven't. Finn. And she kind of like looks at your outstretched hand. I assume you're offering a hand to shake.
I am indeed.
So we got
She
the
just kinda
description
looks
for
at it.
Finn. Sorry, just one quick thing. We got the description for Finn. What does Finn see when they see Ava?
Finn is actually a him, not a they.
Oh, yeah. Again, Ava is wearing furs. It's kind of looks like arranged in a way that looks protective, kind of armor-esque, and she's got the very much like the wild woman look. Long tangled black hair, dark skin from being out in the sun day in and day out, and a series of hand axes arrayed on her belt, and of course her shield that she has perpetually strapped to her left arm, ever ready for a fight now that Sandpoint was attacked recently so ruthlessly.
So is Ava a human?
Human, yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Forgot that that's an important bit, isn't it? Human woman. She won't say it, but if you had to guess, she looks like she's probably in her late 40s, early 50s.
And do you accept my hand?
After looking at it for longer than would be comfortable, yes.
Like Jacinto and Lehani was saying, we've been invited hunting, and honestly, none of us have any idea what we're doing when it comes to hunts.
So naturally, you looked for my help. I understand now. I would be more than happy to be your guide. These two and your brother. Where is your brother, by the way?
Oh,
Jacinto.
Rackus is he's just staying in town. He's busy. He's trying to build up a presence here or something like that with his juggling. I don't know. You might have seen the carnival left, so we decided to stay here.
To go, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Love to see it. Weird to see it from this angle, but you know. So Rackus is he's just sort of staying in town for a bit. He won't be coming with us on the hunt. He's even less of a hunter than I am.
I see. Well, I admire your willingness to try new things.
I'm just coming along for the dog.
I imagine you're like sitting on the table that we're all sitting at. Like, how else would that work? You're like tiny, right?
Standing. I'm like,
even,
what did we say? Like 18 inches, maybe. I'm 18 inches tall, foot and a half tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a foot tall. But we did
Are there
establish
children?
there was a booster seat for you.
Okay, yeah. That's what I was
Aldern
gonna
got
ask.
you a
Is there
booster
children
seat
there?
and seated you.
Fantastic.
Yes, he did. That was very kind
Your
of him.
mom probably kept it handy. You know, it's probably not that weird in Starfinder land. Have
Of
some
course not.
for like, grown people who are just small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
There's probably even some tables for small groups of all small people.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Halfling table.
Or big tables with retractable legs that just lower to the appropriate height for their
No,
chairs.
I was gonna say, knowing this establishment,
like-
it's gonna be like, yeah.
Convertible standing desks. Yeah, we
Yeah.
live in the future. Just sort of adjust the height of the whole table.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ava will happily offer her services as hunting guide. Knowing full well that oh gosh, what's his name? Would very likely get
Aldern.
himself and several of you killed in the doing so.
Right?
But
That's what we're
but I'll
worried
need
about.
I mean, the
But I'll
ticks
need
are
some-
very dangerous in that wood.
Indeed. Ava's no stranger to them.
Hopefully they're
them
not as
Tickwood.
bad as. Hopefully they're not as bad as space lice.
Oof.
Uh,
Like an asteroid lice, man.
Hmm.
Levis is looking at us like, wait, what? They almost got killed by asteroid lice in
we're
Threefold
gonna
Conspiracy.
just pretend that Lahan actually said that, and Ava will slam her mug on the table and turn to you like a crazy old salt pig. They are just as bad as space lice.
Ooh, I've heard stories about how bad space lice are. It's a good thing we're bringing you with us.
Indeed. And she'll say again, I will, however, need some equipment before we do this.
I was thinking the exact
luckily,
same thing.
Aldrin gave you 500 credits.
I was just gonna get
Indeed.
snacks, but he did say he'd pay for anything else we need for the hunt too.
Huh.
Because
Anything you say.
currently all I
With the GM out of character caveat, mundane stuff, like adventuring gear type stuff.
So not a new hunting rifle. Got it.
No.
Okay.
No, not a new hunting rifle.
I mean,
Although I was thinking about
Finn's
spending
gonna
my
get away
500
from that.
credits on a
Finn
new
can
hunt.
get away with that because Aldrin is charmed by Finn. So
I see. Okay. Well, Ava will just go ahead and use her 500 UPBs then to go ahead and buy some gear.
Okay.
We can get to that later, though.
yeah, no worries. I trust you. You make your purchases. You do your thing.
Mhm.
All right.
but on the topic of equipment, Finn does want to ask Ava an equipment question.
Shoot.
So all I have in the way of weapons at the moment is grab my stellar mote, my gauntlet here, and I don't know if this is the best weapon for fighting ticks. What kind of gun do you think would be best for shooting ticks?
Well, I'm just gonna go buy myself a hunting rifle. But
I was looking in
someone
local
like
shops.
You might be interested in something else. Let's see. And Ava will try to recall knowledge about these ticks. Oh gosh, I don't think Ava can unless it's a DC 10 or lower.
We are hunting boars in the Tickwood.
Oh, I thought they were ticks.
Boars in
no,
the
you're
Tickwood.
hunting ticks in the Tickwood. Aldrin
Wait, is
specifically
this-
said ticks.
Is this a life science check to recall these things about the giant ticks?
Probably. I believe
If they're
it's a-
like animals, then yes.
Okay.
Most biological
Um,
things that don't have a culture.
It's
Or
a
like
it's
a-
it's
I
a
have-
vermin technically. So life
Life
sciences.
science.
Yeah. All right. I can roll life science. Jacinto will sort of like start pondering to himself when Finn asks this, even though Jacinto wasn't asked. He's got a 15 life science check to recall information about
Yeah.
this vermin.
Ava will start to
Um,
like go all old salt on Finn about and start rattling off stuff, but then Jacinto like just kind of, well, actually,
Um,
Come
Yeah.
on, Hero Lab. Don't be bad. There we go. What? You can pick one thing you get to know about this tick. What's this one thing you want to know?
probably.
what is his
defenses.
weakness?
Yeah.
Female
they
ticks.
don't have a special weakness.
Bummer.
Pick something else
Um,
because that doesn't exist.
Okay, fair enough.
That's-
You're kind of
that's what
benevolent.
Ask what its
What are-
ACs are.
Is it
I don't
better?
think I can ask that.
You could ask
Is that
like
What are
you-
its?
energy versus kinetic. What does better
That's what
damage?
What are its? Does it have?
Yeah.
Does it have any defenses? Any special defenses?
It's got a mutable physiology. Every part of its internal physiology can be effectively repaired or replaced at a moment's notice as its insides sort of slurp around and regrow and redo its whatever role needs to be filled. It's immune to critical hits.
Rude.
Oh, glad I used that on my armor and not my weapons like I was thinking.
All right. Unfortunate, but that's okay. So Jacinto will jump in and say, so I did some reading on these ticks because I was, no, I wasn't worried. But and it seems like they have this really interesting physiology where their insides just sort of like, slosh around inside, and they like fill in. Like if they take damage somewhere, if an internal organ is crushed, they'll grow a different one from the other body part. It's really weird. So it makes them hard to kill, which makes sense because they're ticks.
Exactly. Ava will interject at the very end.
Exactly
knew
what I was going to
all
say.
along.
I've seen it happen before.
So,
Yeah.
with that kind of physiology, do you think a flame pistol or something with more of a projectile would work better?
I find that flame pistols, in general, are slightly more effective against most things. Most of the time.
Well, I think I might pick up one of those as a backup, just in case bashing them isn't the best option.
I was thinking about upgrading, since we're going into the woods. My rifle is mostly for incapacitating smugglers and things. I could loan you this one if you want. If you're any good with the long arm.
I actually don't know. Hey, let me check. I don't know my
You might not,
proficiencies. I don't think I am.
Solarians are not.
I
Yeah.
think it's just small arms and then
Yeah.
basic and advanced melee.
Strat.
Probably.
Okay. I can handle a pistol, but long arms are a little bit above my head. I'm really best with hand-to-hand combat. Hence why I don't
Let's
already
see if we
have a
can-
pistol.
I'm sure you could go in hand-to-hand combat with these ticks.
What I do, and Ava kind of like brandishes one of her hand axes.
If you pull it out and brandish it as she's walking by to another table, Berthana will whap you on the back of the head and be like, "Not after last time. Put that away."
While Ava is an imposing character, she'll look at her and genuinely, with a little bit of terror in her eyes, say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and put that hatchet back.
Berthana's a very graceful and apparently intimidating hobgoblin woman.
She is.
Yeah, you're really good with those axes, Ava. That was something back with the goblin fight.
Well,
It was pretty impressive.
in the woods, it's life or death. You either kill or you be killed. And then she just kind of like starts rambling on about survival of the fittest and nature and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think about this point, maybe Aldrin's going to make an appearance because I mean he's staying here.
Oh no!
And you're all gathered there. It's like, oh, we've got a new addition to the team. Is this the guide you were talking about? Hello, Jacinto.
It is.
Hello, Finn. And he'll like lean down and do like the cat rub on the side with his cheek to your cheeks. Just the two of you.
Oh, hi, Aldern. Jacinto like imperceptibly leans away as the cat rub is happening.
Oh, jeez.
It's nice to see you again.
Oh, it's lovely to see you two. I mean, three. Who might this person be? Like I said, is this the guide you were talking about? The one that you were raving about?
Yeah, this is Ava. You might recognize her from the goblin fight when we saved you.
Oh, yes. She was throwing her axes all over the place, those little choppy things, and she had a shield, and it just went sailing all over. It was great.
Just less and less amused as this person talks. Just kind of, yes, quite, as they finish.
We haven't seen too much of each other over the past couple days. Are you guys about ready for the hunt? I've secured vehicles.
I think we're almost
an
ready.
appropriate time of day to be going out to hunt. Like, where are we
Well,
at?
Like, it's like afternoon. I'm not trying to ask to go hunting today, but like, are we ready? So like, maybe we could go tomorrow.
Well,
Sure, we
yeah,
just
no,
need to
at
pick
the-
up a couple more things.
Yeah, at the question. Oh no, it's happening again.
That was weird.
It didn't happen
Your
on my
sound
end.
is fine. I don't know.
Mine is fine, so that probably means the stream is fine,
Yeah.
which is good.
I just missed what
Yeah.
Nick said. So
Oh, I just said that we just need to pick up a couple more things.
right, yeah.
We haven't actually done the shopping yet. Like, our characters haven't. We've been sitting here chatting.
Well,
Ava will, echo the sentiment and also say it's probably best to get started tomorrow. Today, it's too late today.
Oh, so you go early. You don't go late when they're all sleepy.
Indeed not.
Ah, good to know. You don't want them to be like laying down taking a nap. You want them to be waking up and needing to find their coffee. Gotcha.
That makes
Sure.
giant
Guy.
giant ticks drink coffee, right, Ava?
Like third or fourth time she's slamming her mug on the table. They drink blood.
Oh,
Uh,
right. They drink blood. They drink blood. Jacinto looks up at Alder.
Oh, how disgusting. Oh, I wonder if them drinking blood has anything to do with why they're so prized for being delicious. And while this is going on, I think Jenkins is like nose first into like anyone that will have him.
Yeah, Lahan is all about Jenkins because, like, again, Foxglove is ignoring her anyway.
Mm,
So
lucky.
she has
You have-
undivided attention for Jenkins.
It's your fault. You have a 14 charisma. So does Finn. You're tied.
I didn't think a 14 charisma would be the highest.
well, mine is
I
scattered.
also didn't know to expect this guy.
Well, I mean, me and you are good cop, bad cop. Of course we're matched for charisma.
Oh yeah,
It's perfect.
true.
Everything as
Whoa.
intended.
Balance all things.
Perfectly balanced.
Would you all like to join me
All
for
things should be.
an early dinner?
I suppose you could join us. We were, we had our table. Did we order food or anything like that, or was this just us sort of sitting around at the tavern?
I think we were just sitting around drinking when he got here, but we could order food.
Okay. Yeah.
You invite him like that. He will snap his fingers. Berthana will look pissed for a second and then go neutral. And she'll come on over and he'll be like, I'm going to be joining my friends here. Please make the table suitable for my presence and bring us out some of the finest bottle of wine you have. And her face is just stone face. It's nothing. And she's just like, of course, Sir Foxglove, Lord Foxglove. And she'll like just it's round 2 for dining with Aldern, which we don't necessarily have to go into.
It is
we don't-
equally as creepy as the first time.
Yeah, we can probably just establish that it's super creepy and uncomfortable, and Aldern is awkwardly, sleazily flirting with both Jacinto and Finn, and probably infuriating Ava without intending to.
I want to,
Yep.
I want to, like, pat our server while she is being disgruntled, because we went on a date, and I care about her a little bit. Like give her, like, a little shoulder pat. You know?
That's appreciated.
Yeah.
Her
Just like I-
voice softens a bit when you do that.
Just like the I get it, he's terrible, Pat.
Mm.
And you can kind of see when you do that, her gaze softens. She gets a little bit happier. She's not quite stumping around anymore. She's gone back to a more smooth gait. She's not letting him get to her quite so much anymore. Aldrin's a bit much. And
He really
unless
is.
you guys have anything specific you want to talk about beyond this, we could probably jump forward to well, before you guys finish dinner and whatnot, what time are you guys meeting Aldrin for this hunt? Is it crack of dawn or
Crack of dawn, I imagine. Ava? You're the expert.
No, she would advise that crack of dawn is the necessary time for leaving.
all right?
Jacinto's on board with that.
we can
Rohan will
fast
crash.
forward.
You're at the rescue dragon again
Yeah, you still have your room. It's not
in
been
order
a
to
week.
be up at the crack of dawn.
We
I'm
can
gonna
fast
grab the
forward to crack of
standard
dawn.
infrared sensors and
Uh-huh.
a thermal regulator.
And it's an early dinner, so you guys have time. Like you could, during dinner, you guys could probably pull up on your comms and send out orders to the local shops because you've got a local, you've got two locals, although one doesn't have a comm, so they know who you need to contact, who you can look up on the infosphere. Like you can place orders and either have them delivered or just ready to be picked up at some point after dinner. And we can fast forward to the morning. It's the crack of dawn, and I know that Lahan's not a morning person. She's probably stumbling down the steps. Jacinto's probably, I think, fairly energetic in the morning. Ava probably just looks like a normal Ava.
Oh, Ava's been up like several hours before like meet time was even scheduled.
Yeah, people probably just
Going to bed
assume that's
directly after dinner.
Yeah. And
Hide from
I feel
Foxglove.
like probably Berthana sought you out again, Finn.
Aw.
Just to spend some time with you because Aldrin's awful, and you made the experience less awful. She's starting to appreciate you, and
Oh, Finn's just keeping it casual and just hanging out. Like, nothing super heavy there.
she's not going for anything super heavy. She just is like, "You're nice, and he's awful, and I want to spend time with you."
I dig that because I agree.
Because he's awful.
Yeah, but Lahan, you probably find there's probably a picnic basket waiting for everybody in the morning because Berthana gets up super early. She's doing a lot of the cooking. Haven't really seen Amiko for a couple days, so there's
Oh,
probably a picnic basket
weird.
waiting for you. There's a thermos with Lahan's name on it, like a 32-ounce thermos of black coffee. I assume she takes it black. If I'm
Perfect.
remembering correctly, she takes it black. And then there's another smaller thermos for the group.
Huh. Yeah.
And Aldrin is like stumbling down the steps. And he's like, "Right this way." And he takes you outside. And there's some vehicles waiting outside. There's two vehicles, in fact. I think two vehicles is enough. Come on, vehicles. Pull up the name of the vehicle I need.
Well, one of our people is tiny, so doesn't need a seat, so.
Yeah, Hero Lab's just being a little bit slow today.
Jacinto can sit on anybody's
right.
Don't bring up
Alright.
that idea. Don't say that out loud.
Don't
So
do
there's-
it. Nobody
there's an
do
ex-
it.
There's an exploration
Lahan
buggy.
didn't-
There's a
Okay.
shiny exploration buggy outside that can seat 3 people typically. And Aldern is going to he's going to be like, "All right, Jacinto, Finn, you're with me." And then there's a basic enter cycle with sidecar.
Okay.
Cool. Oh boy, who gets to ride in the side? I bet I know who's riding in the sidecar.
You know it's not Ava.
Well, I mean, who's got piloting is the question.
Oh, Ava, obviously.
Her.
Yeah.
It's piloting is one of the 4 skills Ava has.
Oh,
my apologies.
Being a smarty,
Just-
Lahan grabbed the booster seat for Jacinto so that
Oh, thank you.
to short circuit Aldern's any attempts Aldern might make to make Jacinto sit in his lap.
I appreciate it.
Well,
just-
Aldern intends to drive.
It's
Oh,
pronounced
excellent.
Jacinto.
Because
That's right.
Finn doesn't
I don't know why I want so bad. Jacinto.
That's okay. That's okay.
Jacinto, Hyacinth,
But
Jacinto.
Yeah.
that's it. You guys are gonna let Aldern drive?
Finn doesn't drive.
You think I'm dexterous?
Oh,
Jacinto's tiny.
Well, Aldern has like the activation code. He slides into the driver's seat, pats the front passenger seat, and looks at Jacinto's like, "Hop on in, Finn. There's plenty of room in the back."
I'm gonna get in the back seat.
Oh, thank you.
Gross.
Jacinto
Gross.
pushes his booster seat into the thing, and clicks to Artania, and Artania climbs into like the space where normal sized people's, medium sized people's feet would go, curls up there, and then Jacinto, I almost called myself Hyacinth. Jacinto hops into the booster seat, and the whole production is done.
There. Aldern, he'll mess with the sound system. He'll put on some vaguely what he thinks is romantic musical instrumental music to what, and he'll just look expectantly at Ava and be like, "All right, lead the way."
And she'll just kind of look at him,
Guy.
and she'll just kind of look at him over her. She's got a materialized out of nowhere one of the old timey biker goggles with like the leather helmet, and she says, "Try and keep up," and just guns it.
Of course she does.
No.
He does a decent job, but he does not have Ava's flair. It takes probably about 45 minutes to an hour to get out to the Tickwood.
How is Foxglove's driving? Is he a scary driver? Is he a good driver?
He's actually a decent driver. He's not. It's like one of the few things that you think he might be competent at.
Nice. Okay.
What? He's competent at something?
People, viewers, I should say, that's who you are. If the music is too loud or too quiet, please just type it in chat. I can't hear the music right now.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it either.
I can't hear it either.
How strange.
I think it's time to
trying
turn it
again.
up.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe we should go to break while we figure this out.
Ooh, that's a good plan.
We can do that.
We could.
I would actually request an early break if at all possible.
Then, let's
Sure.
do it. At this
I wouldn't
point in
mind
time.
taking a break.
Fantastic. All right.
We'll come back in
Oh.
what, 10 minutes, or do we need 15?
15 would be preferable.
Let's call it 15.
So 30 after the hour.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
Am I still slightly too loud, Knots, or did I fix it?
Well, we'll have to come back to that. Jet, you have
Yeah,
to say the
we'll
thing
figure
so
that
that Lapis knows to take us out.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got distracted.
Yeah, I haven't been queued yet.
Well, after the break, we're going to be in the Tickwood, and we're going to be hunting the legendary Tick. We'll be back 30 minutes after the hour, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your break. I'm pretty sure we enjoyed ours. And we're now going to be coming back to the group, exiting their vehicles at the edges, at the Tickwood. And I am currently bringing Aldern into it as a token while everyone else stands in the woods and situates themselves.
Excellent. All right. Sidebar, once again, folks, if the music is too loud, please let me know. I can turn it down. We can barely hear it on our end, so I have turned it all the way up on one of my various things that I'm piping it through. So we'll see what happens with the music.
All right. So you're exiting your vehicles. You're at the edge of the Tickwood. Ava, you are you're in charge. I mean, you're the guide. You are the mistress of woodland lore.
Indeed.
Guide.
Ava's gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and, just for the sake of things, say she really does know what she's doing when she says, you gotta keep low to the ground and downwind from them so that they don't smell you coming. And she enters into classic Fallout crouch stealth and starts looking for tracks. Yeah, that's something she can do. Survival to look for tracks.
Yes.
Oh. That's a two. Toot. Where's my toot?
All right.
Gotcha,
So
toot.
I didn't get a toot out of that guy.
So what's going to happen is it's not that you're going to fail to find it. It's going to take a long time. And I'm gonna put the amount of time in your hands. Roll me a d6.
As I'm doing this, Ava's playing this off as these ticks are wily critters. They could be anywhere. They could be nowhere.
Roll a bluff with that.
That's a 4.
So it's going to take you 4 hours. And, well, let's see who catches who unawares. You describe yourself as moving very stealthily. Is the group going to follow along? Are you guys going to try and sneak through the woods for 4 hours looking for this tick?
Jacinto will definitely... Yeah, Jacinto will definitely try and play along stealthily.
Yeah. Same, if that's
right,
what Ava wants us to do.
So let's get.
If it'll make Foxglove be quiet, then yes, absolutely. Oh, we lost a Leaf.
Yeah, Leaf is gone.
We lost Leaf.
He did get
He was
very
no good. Oh, he returns.
Welcome back.
But yes, if it will keep Foxglove quiet.
Lapis, that seemed. Oh, never mind. Okay, we're back. That was weird.
All right.
It was weird.
So you guys want to keep Aldern quiet, so you're going to stealth just like what Ava said you should do. Let's make stealth checks.
Delighted.
we roll really well. We're great at this.
Yeah, we're the best at stealth. We're so sneaky. This is great. Maybe I should go hunting more often.
Yeah, Ava.
Just a breath of fresh
is
air.
giving you,
What I'm
giving
going
you guys
to do?
nicknames like Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Or that sense motive. That was a misclick.
25.
I only got an 11.
You got an average. I just added it up and averaged it. You got a 10 collectively. I'm not having Aldern affect this negatively.
Don't let me in with them.
I'm just trying to see who's getting ambushed. Like individually, your scores will stand, but as a group, let's just see see if you guys get noticed.
See who's getting ambushed.
Who ambushes the ambushers?
Okay, you guys are super noticed as a group.
Nice.
So what's going to happen is you guys were probably walking through like here. I moved you towards closer to the center of the map.
I see that.
I don't know how close you're zoomed in. And you get to about here, and then a thing's going to happen. An unpleasant thing for you guys, probably. From out of these two bushes here, or trees, actually, this thing just lunges. And it's going for the person closest, so it's going to be going for our Finn.
That's a good person to go for.
And it's going to lunge forward with one of its claws in an attempt to just spear you, because it wants your tasty, tasty bloods.
Okay. My blood is tasty.
Because it's surprising you. It super noticed you guys, and you guys did not notice it. You just followed the tracks to the area and were like, there's got to be one around here, is what's happening. We've got Ava, Lahan, and we've got my Tick on the initiative order. We need to get Jacinto and Finn on the initiative order.
It's up in the... Do you want me to roll it again?
Just click on your token and roll again, and then adjust it to your first number. Because if you don't click your token, it doesn't add you to the thing. Tom, the music's slightly loud.
Can I go to add it
At least to me. You did get added, and if you remember your first roll, just click on the 17 on the turn order tracker, and then you can edit it directly.
I have adjusted the music. Please let me know if you want it further.
That sounds pretty good. Wow. This Tick lunges out, so emboldened by its success at hiding from you. It's on its home turf, and it lunges forward, and it stumbles over its own feet. There's like a loose pebble or something that one of its tiny little pointy feet touch on, and it flops to the side slightly. I rolled a natural 1.
Nice.
Oh, perfect.
We all agree.
That's a perfect time for that kind of scream. And now I'm going to sort the initiative tracker in descending order. And away we go. Ava, you get to respond. This 10-foot hardened carapace red Tick lunged out of the foliage and just attempted to spear one of your new companions.
Let's see. Ava is going to go ahead in that case and draw the other new weapon she got, her tactical spear, which she's not going to gain any bonuses from her shield while wielding this, but if I hit, it does have this block property, so
Nice.
let's see what happens. That's okay, I rolled a 1 as well, so yeah, cool.
So Ava rips that spear out of its holster or sling or however you had it, twirls it around her, and lunges forward, and the spear tip just is deflected off the hardened carapace of the Tick before her.
And she says, "That's not how you're supposed to attack it. See, don't do that."
And it falls to Jacinto now to act.
Remembering to unmute. Jacinto would like to. He is going to size up this creature, and then is going to take a step back, and he will, as is in his own particular idiom, is going to activate his Song of the Spheres connection power to allow everybody to get a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. And so he calls out to the party, "Don't worry, everybody. That thing doesn't stand a chance against all of us. Just allow yourself to be guided." And he will he'll burn a resolve point for this. No, he'll burn a spell slot. I've got lots of spell gems. He's going to burn a spell slot.
So I think we might have. I don't remember if we've actually touched on this specifically. When you do this connection ability, Do you sing, or do you maybe just let them hear the song that you always hear?
I like to think that it's largely he just sort of extends. They almost get a sense of something like in their minds. So it's more the latter of what you described.
So maybe they're starting to hear the like the symphony that is the group of you, probably with one slightly discordant set of notes that's coming from Aldern.
Yes. Yeah. He's they're getting only very, very faint strains of this music, but even the faintest of strains is enough to give them a little bit of bolster them a little bit, give them encouragement.
So what kind of bonus is this again?
This is a morale bonus, my friend.
Morale, thank you.
Yeah.
And
hopefully, it shouldn't stack with anything.
Is that everything that you got planned then? Or are you doing something?
That was a move action to step back, and the other thing was also a move action. So, yep, that's all I got.
All right, Lahan, you get to respond now. There is this massive red tick that's attempting to maul your new friend, Finn.
Yeah. Lahan will take a shift back, actually, into this square here. And line up a shot on that big bad. I don't like that tick. Just one, thank you. 22 to hit for 7 cold damage.
That will hit. You said 7?
Yep. Max damage.
Looks injured. It does not like that. So you stepped, you shot. And Finn.
What kind of shot was that?
Oh, she's shooting.
Cold.
Yeah, it's a numbing beam.
Excellent.
Freezes things. Perfect.
Finn, it falls to you. You are locked in melee combat with this massive beast.
That's fine. 1 second.
Gotten a bit quiet.
You're real quiet.
Oh, am I really quiet? I turned myself all the way up. Am I still really quiet when I'm talking loud?
I think you're about where you were normally, but just a second ago you were pretty quiet.
Okay, I was talking a little bit quietly. I'll keep doing my loud voice. That's just what I've been doing.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to take a move action to grab my Stellar Moat and turn it into my my Void Gauntlet. And then I'm going to use that to make a single attack against this tick.
Okay. That will fail to strike. You grab your Stellar Moat. Your forearm turns into this absence of light. It almost hurts to look at. You can only really catch the shape out of the corner of your vision, and you strike at this beast, and it's unfazed, and that just feels wrong. Like, that should not be happening. Are you also attuning one direction or the other?
Yes, I was also going to say that I'm going to photon attune while I'm at that.
All right. So, and as you strike and nothing happens, you probably maybe get a little bit angry or anxious. And there's, I think the last time we described it as like in roughly where the palm of your hand was, like you sort of see a muted birth of a star.
Okay.
I believe that's how we described it last time. I re-listened because I didn't want to forget things.
Yeah.
And it's now the tick's chance to respond. It does not like any of this that's going on. But least of all, it dislikes being struck. And it's perfectly willing It's not smart enough to realize the danger it's potentially in, so it's actually going to step and step, and it's going to strike at the being that hurt it. So, yep, there
No.
will be
No.
attacks of opportunity. That 16 will strike, and ouch, that hurts.
Ha!
So I get to.
Ava will
Do I get to swing at it too?
stab that spear up underneath the.
You do
plates.
get to react, Finn.
Nice.
You do get that attack of opportunity. You can try and punch it once more.
No, do the thing.
Oh,
Oh, did it do the thing?
we got a reroll thanks to Rigadonuts.
No, it didn't do the thing.
Nice.
Oh, sorry, my windows are being dumb. Why isn't it?
Also,
I see
Tom,
an Ava spear.
Rigadonuts very much appreciates your SFX.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Huh?
I'm trying.
I think you're mute.
What the heck? My thing isn't doing
Is it
the thing
not
I
rolling
wanted to
for
do.
you?
No. I can't get my
well,
gauntlet
you
to
can-
roll.
Well, you
Hmm.
can just type /roll in the chat and do 1d20 plus the appropriate bonus if you know it.
Or just hit up in the chat and it'll give you the last thing it rolled.
Uh-huh.
Hit up. I'm just gonna do slash roll.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
No, it doesn't like that either. What the heck?
That's weird.
Weird. You might need to
can
reload your
try-
roll 20.
Yeah, you can try reloading roll 20. If you want, I can try pulling up your character sheet and
Oh,
rolling
here we go.
for
Got
you.
it.
Woo!
Got it? Awesome.
Oh, here comes the punch grenade.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Ah,
Your
Bummer.
fist is just you're slamming it into that chitin, that carapace, just futilely, and you're probably getting more anxious or possibly more angry. And
Frustrated.
the red points of light that make up your eyes are maybe glowing a bit brighter. And as it moves, it then lunges out with one of its talons at our lovely Lahan. And
No, rude.
yeah, does an 18 hit you in the KAC?
You guys got my character.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah,
9
it does.
points of slashing damage. 9 points
Dare
of
you hit
slashing
her in the
damage.
KAC?
Not nice.
that's where it really hurts.
Yeah, and it's Ava's chance to respond.
Ava, kill it.
Oh yeah, no. Ava's gonna go ahead and full attack. Oh no, it's too far away to full attack because a spear doesn't actually have reach.
That's
So
lame.
she'll do a 5
Mwahaha.
carded shifting step and hit the attack button. But there's a 16 for you again for another
That's
6
good.
damage.
You're being
Nice.
super mean.
That's the
Super
idea.
mean.
Stabs
Why is
it again,
everybody
like
being
underneath
so mean?
underneath its chitness.
It just wants to-
carapace.
It just wants to drink your fluids.
I do not give it consent.
Well, we
to drink
like
my
our fluids inside of us.
I need my fluids to survive. Thank you very much.
Is that 6 or is that actually 7 because of the Song of the Spheres?
No, I have my Song of the Spheres properly accounted for, since this is going to be a
Awesome.
thing. See,
Yes, I just wanted to be sure. And
Indeed. It's
you
appreciated.
moved, you attacked.
Yep.
I believe it's Jacinto's turn.
All right,
Jacinto,
now,
you have a truly gargantuan beast in front of you attempting to hurt your very good friend Lahan.
it's terrifying. So the Song of the Spheres fades out for now. And Jacinto is going to... He's going to move over here, and he's going to try and take a piece of scenery, perhaps a large rock. And when I say a large rock, I mean a large rock for Jacinto, so a pebble. And he's going to use it for a telekinetic projectile at this creature here.
All right.
This is a ranged attack. It would provoke attacks of opportunity if the tick has reach.
It's not have reach, unfortunately.
I'm so glad to hear you say that.
Thank the dice gods.
Here comes Oh, that's just
I think we should
repulsive.
give that one the reroll.
That's a cosmic fail.
Oh, don't waste your rerolls on me. That is a cosmic fail. That's not pretty. You hate to see it.
I mean, you guys do have a
Minimum-
reroll.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
but you could only
then it's for
reroll
what?
one of them, and then it would
Yeah,
just be
for what,
one
one damage?
damage. No, it's not worth.
No. Nope. I'm going to let that lie. Jacinto sort of impotently hucks a rock at the tick, and maybe it just bounces right off of its chitinous hide. Who would have thought? Chitinous?
I'm sure it does.
Chitinous, chitin.
It's
Whatever.
chitinous.
Chitinous.
And I, think
Okay,
I was
yeah.
told it's
Did I
correct.
say chitin?
Chitinous, carapace.
You got to be chitting me.
Chitinous, carapace. Yep. All right, Lahan, you have a beast that just scored a blow to your torso with one of its bladed appendages.
Yeah, it's heckin' rude. I'm gonna 5-foot shift, and I'm gonna shoot it again. No more Song of the Spheres bonus. I better toggle that. Toggle. And attack.
Oh, I forgot to do something with Aldern. He's going to just run away.
I was wondering
he
how
is.
Catman was reacting.
Does he provoke an attack of opportunity?
You know what? He would have.
Oh,
He
no.
would have.
Catman, why?
He definitely got tagged, and oh my, he got hit.
Is he down?
He is grievously wounded. He's dragging himself, limping on one leg, over to that bush to hide.
Oof.
Being the
Ah,
opening
get
provided
the
by
Finn. Jacinto, take down that beast.
seeing the opening left by it mauling Aldern, Lahan takes the opportunity to move like way back here. Before she shoots it. But then she only gets a 10, which will probably miss. So
Yeah, I feel like it's more that it struck and it just hit a thick spot in the carapace. So it
that was
hit
a little
and
bit of
there's a little
shell, but wasn't
Yeah.
really effective. You gotta hit him in the face, right?
or
like
like the
Mirelurk.
joint. Yep.
Like
And Finn.
Mirelurks. Alright. Seeing as I am standing right on him, and I've already got my gauntlet summoned, I'm going to keep photon attuning, so I've got 2 in that now. And I'm going to full attack with my Void Gauntlet, and it still hates this one, so I'm going to roll it on my other account. Pull that up real fast. Everybody can just watch me do it, that's fine. I
Make sure to
got
close it so they can see the
a
map when you're
17
done.
and a 13.
17 will hit. 13 will miss. How much damage?
8 damage on the first hit.
Nice hit.
It's
Yes.
looking pretty rough. It
Finn
does
is
not
feeling pretty
approve of your
satisfied
actions.
that he finally got a hit in on this beast.
It's gonna spin around. Because I believe it's its turn unless because you did a full attack.
Full attack, that's all I got.
Yep. It's gonna spin around, and I'm trying to decide if it's more angry at Finn or Ava, and I think it's just gonna go
Ava
for the
got-
person.
2 solid hits, but I'll let you decide.
Finn was the last one to hit it, though.
One at
Yeah,
each.
How about I'm gonna roll? Yeah, actually, I'm gonna full attack one at each of you. That's a good plan. All right.
What I would do if I were that
Like a
big.
true GM.
So does a 14 hit your KAC, Finn?
Good question.
Finn?
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay, sorry.
Casey, 13, so yes.
Okay, so that's one hit, and then does a. Why am I drawing? Does a 15 hit Ava in the KAC?
KAC? No, it does not.
So Finn,
She-
take 9 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
All right.
So since she hit last turn, her block ability on
Wait,
the
no,
spear
wait.
is active, so she gets an additional one. So she kind of like parries the blow of the tick.
Well, take
Nice.
advantage of that as it's now Ava's turn.
Oh, I never updated
Parries
my
it out of the
numbers
way
last
and
time.
let's.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just gonna go for a full attack. 13 and 11. That's probably not gonna do it.
It manages to pull that arm back in, and it deflects your attacks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is a wily tick
Jacinto.
thing.
All right. So, yeah, Jacinto is going to sort of move over here next to his friend, and he's going to say, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that you were hurt. I'm really sorry. I'm going to throw another pebble at this thing, and then we'll see. Do you think you'll make it?" To Lahan.
Yeah, I'll be okay. Let's just take this thing down.
All right. Here goes. Oh, that's no, it's not a natural 2. It was close. You'd think it would be, but
Oh.
surprisingly, if I roll a 3 on the die, I get a 4 on the attack.
Oh, no.
Jacinto, showing his amazing combat prowess, hucks a rock a good 50 feet beyond the big bad tick, and that's going to be his turn.
After Jacinto, it's Lahan.
Yeah, Lahan will combat track that tick now that it's not in her face. And shoot it. Oh, that wasn't supposed to be a full round. So that's actually 18 for 5 points of cold damage.
Ouch. Why are you hurting my beastie? It just wants your blood.
I want my blood.
Your
You
blood's a
said
hot
how much? 5
commodity.
or 6?
This is a real finders keepers situation, you know. Like, I mean,
It found your blood before you found its, so it deserves it.
No.
What? No, that's not what I meant at all.
I had my blood long before it knew my blood existed.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Nick, I believe your rolls are going private. Going to
I'll
GM.
double check.
It didn't pop up for me.
Huh.
Yeah, I just realized I
take it.
didn't see it either.
That?
She's being
Odd.
secretive.
No, they're. Hey audience, the rest of this video got a little bit messed up, and for some reason, the cast sounds like a bunch of chipmunks. Now, if you want to listen to us sound like chipmunks, go right ahead. It's pretty pronking hilarious. But if you don't, we totally understand. We'll release a mini episode later this week with a summary of what happened in the rest of this episode. If you want to hear us sound like chipmunks, stick around. Otherwise, feel free to wait for that summary that'll come out later this week.
You do that and you plunge your void gauntlet into its insides. And being turn 3, what I think maybe happens is you Nova. Like, this is your third turn of photon attunement. Narratively, you unleash the force of that star inside the beast. And it kind of, its entire carapace cracks open, and it slumps to the forest floor, oozing fluids, no longer amongst the living.
Nice work! It's down!
Hopefully that was a good description.
Yeah, I liked it.
Ava will walk up unscathed and put an arm on Finn's shoulder and say, "Well done.
How tall is Ava?
Quite. You've quite a prowess with in battle. I am impressed, and I don't say that often."
Jacinto moves very quick, or not Jacinto. Aldern moves very quickly to Jacinto. Jacinto, help me! I saw what you could do to Jenkins. Please, I'm so gravely injured.
Lahan bleeding
Lay
next
your
to
hands upon me.
Jacinto. Just like sighs heavily.
Jacinto was already starting to look at Lahan. So he says to Aldern, I'll get to you in a second. I was working on Lahan, so just give me a minute. I promise I'm going to look at you though.
When you say that, a look of consternation briefly flashes across his face, and then it smooths back out into his pleading look once more.
Yeah.
Big sad kitten eyes.
Yeah. So Jacinto will. Man, I realized I don't actually have medicine on this character like I thought I did. So all I have is some spells. So Jacinto is going to cast Mystic Cure 1 on Lahan.
I can bandage myself up. I do have medicine.
You do have medicine? Okay. Well, so I guess I guess Jacinto will start to like reach out, and you see like a mystical glow in his hands. And if you stop him, he'll
save your spells. Let me see if I can fix this with some old-fashioned soap and water.
All right. Let me tend to Aldern then. A similar look of consternation then passes over Jacinto's face, I think, and he turns around and just briefly like pokes Aldern with a little twig, and Aldern can have some healing back. So this is going to be.
When you do that, Aldern looks surprised for a moment. And they're like, "What is that lovely tune?"
Oh,
because I feel like when you work your magic, they get that glimpse into the song.
Yeah. It's part of the song. He'll say in character, it's the Song of the Spheres. It's all around us. It's how I do my thing.
Quite lovely. Very, very appropriate that you have it at your fingertips.
Lahan is like gauzed over the bite slash.
Yeah.
In her side, but it's still bleeding pretty good. Her gauze was not good enough.
Ava?
Is there? Yes.
Make a survival check.
Oh no. Right, because it does these.
Oh no, it eats blood.
17 survival check. That's way better.
All right, so you guys came here to hunt. You came here to retrieve the body of the beast, and with as much blood has been spilled in this area, you guys need to get the body and get going quick if you don't want to have to fight more of these.
Yeah. Ava says as much and starts in on preparing the body for moving.
Okay.
I'll
asking for assistance from everyone present, including our whiny patron.
Finn will step up to help move the body. I've got a decent strength score.
Okay, assuming that you guys are going to, move with speed to get this done, I'm not going to make these things attack you or anything like that. Aldern, he'll probably request Jacinto come and protect him. We'll retreat to get the exploration buggy, and he will back it in so that it can be loaded into the back area. I'm honestly thinking maybe that there's a fold out little wagon or something, because he was obviously he knew he was coming to hunt something, so there has to be somewhere for the body to go.
Ava's got this. She says, "Tell you what, you take Lahan in the buggy. Jacinto shall ride with me, and we will pile this thing into the side cart."
It's too big for the sidecar. 100% too big for the sidecar. I think that there's probably like a fold out.
It is a
Like,
large creature, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that there is like a two-wheeled carriage that, you know, you've got advanced technology. It's probably like, you know, one of those expandable rafts that was in the back of the buggy. And he's
Yeah.
like, okay, we got to get rid of this. He pulls it out. He pushes the button, steps back, and it folds out. And then it can be hitched to the back of the buggy. And it's just big enough to fit the beast on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Okay,
make this logistically more awkward than it already is. Like, you guys have advanced technology, and you're a hunter, and he's a guy who's willing to spend stupid amounts of money.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mhm.
so here's what happens then. Ava will go ahead and while everybody is prepping the buggy or whatever, we'll field dress this thing. You know, like clean out the guts and unnecessary organs and stuff, and get it ready for transport.
Okay.
Enlisting anyone's help who's willing to go elbow deep into a, you know, dead gigantic tick.
Finn is
It's
game.
inside basically an amorphous mass, but what you do is you puncture its blood sac and you start draining that out, which actually is a
There we go.
remarkable amount of its body weight.
I was gonna say, I imagine it's got a
You
lot
just have to
in there.
poke a hole in it, like a balloon.
Yeah, just poke a hole in it.
Gross. Gross.
How upsetting
Yeah,
It's grosser than Harald.
coming out.
yeah, I'm not
And-
okay with this.
Yeah. And I just had an idea, and we can not do this if no one else is familiar. I haven't super looked up the chase rules. Is anyone very familiar with them? Because we could have a ticks chasing after you thing if you want.
Sure,
I'm not very familiar with them, but
Well,
that sounds like fun.
you're
We
God,
had
but like,
to get 2
let's
zones
do it.
ahead to get away.
Yeah.
Piloting checks from the people
Yeah.
driving.
Yep.
And then,
And then the
whatever
ticks
you
have
want to give
have
the bugs, maybe use their
yeah.
athletics or something.
Yeah, probably be athletics. So this is going to be a learning experience for me because I just thought of this. I haven't super looked up on the chase rules in quite a while. I'm not gonna lie.
I pulling them up now.
They've pulling them out.
So I know we've got pilot actions, chase progress, and combat. There's three. Those are the 3 phases.
Mhm. Yep.
To win, it's what did you say? How many zones?
2 to get away.
2 zones.
Okay, so you get this thing loaded up, and you start piling into the vehicles, and there's this massive pool of blood in the forest, and as you guys fire up your vehicles, I'm gonna say 3 more ticks burst out of the shrubs, and they're hot on your tail. Like they pause momentarily at the pool of blood, and then they look around and they see the movement from your vehicles, and they tear after you, probably knocking small trees over in the process.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I'm
So-
imagining those giant bug things from Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind.
yeah,
Mhm.
that sounds about right. So
Go,
we're gonna
go,
do,
go, Ava. Go.
So we're gonna. It says we got to roll initiative checks. Ava's piloting the bike, correct?
Indeed.
Lahan's
With,
in the
Okay.
sidecar.
Lahan in the
I feel
sidecar.
I feel like Aldern's probably going to panic and not be super great at piloting this buggy. Probably
Oh,
wouldn't
no.
have even volunteered to begin with because he was hurt. So who would be
And
stepping up to be a
He is
pilot?
Uh,
poor, fragile thing.
Oh, geez.
Jason,
Finn doesn't drive. I've got no pilot. And no,
who's got the
not
higher
Dex.
dex score
Jacinto's-
then?
Jacinto's too small.
I mean, I can try.
little-
I've got 0 dex and no pilot, but I will try if. 'cause
So what we
I'm
can,
already
what we can do. So what we can do. If you rolled your initiative, re-roll it, please, so that it goes back into because I had to clear the tracker. Sorry, and just change it to the 13 work together. Jacinto, you're small. You could probably sit on Finn's lap, and you guys can work together. You can like take the
Okay.
best statistic from each of you, and you know put them together in the best combination possible to make this happen. Does
Or,
that makes
yes.
or you could,
What do you mean
You
by
could
best
basically just-
statistic?
All right, audience.
I
Give
think the easy,
Jacinto lots of rerolls to
think the
drive
best
this
way-
car miraculously.
yeah. No, I think
did
the
see
best
the
way to do this would be just to say each of them rolls a check and then just take the better of the two rolls. I don't know.
That sounds fine. That's totally fine if we want to make it that simple.
I just want to make it easy
Yeah.
for and fun for the stream.
Yeah, no, I'm down with simplifying it. I'm just doing one initiative for the 3 bugs. There's 3 bugs just
right.
because that seems scary.
Do we all roll initiative?
I gave us a reroll. I have so many channel points.
Yeah, me too. I could do the same.
It's whoever's
I'm worried
taking the
about
lead.
you, Jacinto.
Whoever's taking the
now I
lead
roll
on
a
piloting
crit.
in the buggy, and then Ava from the enter cycle.
Okay.
Simon, you can't save all your crits for book 6.
So
Simon,
we've got
I
a
don't-
bunch
I
of
don't even
rolls
need
going
rerolls for
on
this
here.
one.
What exactly is what? Because we've got Lahan on the initiative tracker right now.
Right, because in the combat phase, she'll take pot shots at him.
Oh, okay, yeah. So everyone needs to roll. That's good. We got everyone there. Is anyone doing any of the rerolls or anything like that?
Nah, call it good.
Nah, no rerolls for initiative.
All
I
right,
mean,
let me
I've got a-
sort.
20,
I've got a 3 on initiative.
For a grand
That's okay, though.
21.
Okay, so we're going into the pilot actions. Each vehicle's pilot will select their pilot action and
Alright.
attempt any needed check outside of the normal character initiative count.
So I like.
I put the actions all in our channel. They're handy.
Thank you.
You?
Was it break free or what is it here?
You want to speed up, friend.
We want to, we just want to speed up.
Yeah, so we're
because if
speeding
we
up.
can
That's-
speed up and then they fail, then we just end the race.
Yeah.
Although
That's
it is
17
17
vehicle
plus.
item level. Yeah.
Keep pace is definitely safer for Jacinto.
But you need to get away from them is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's live dangerously.
And you
Let's
only
speed up.
don't move if you fail by 5 or more. So as long as
Well,
you get at least 13, you'll still move us forward. You'll still
And you're
move
both
forward.
rolling, so there's a double chance that somebody's going to make that.
Let's
So-
live dangerously.
Yeah.
And you got
Yeah.
reroll.
And
All
you've got rerolls.
Yeah, I've still got my See the Future reroll too. So
Yeah, so let's. You guys go first.
could be a thing. All right.
Go ahead.
So what I think
Jacinto
I'm going to
is
do is I'm going to move you guys here like this. Just so we have some sort of visual representation to track things.
okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And every two squares forward of that front line right there is going to be a zone.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Simon brings up a good point. If we keep pace for long enough, we'll eventually get to Sandpoint, right? So, this might imply that you could set a certain amount of rounds that we have to not get eaten, and after that amount of rounds, we could the chase just ends because we made it to Sandpoint and they would stop chasing us eventually.
Like we break free of the woods,
if-
and they won't follow
yeah,
us. Either.
let's. I don't. What do you guys think is a good number? Because I don't want to drag this out forever. I just thought this would be a fun little thing we could dive into. And we're probably
7.
going to simplify
say
it a bit.
5.
7. Okay. 5. Which one do you guys want to do?
Five sounds
We'll
good.
do 5 rounds of this, and if you guys aren't eaten and you're still not ahead, you guys will get in within sight of the walls. And the walls do have defenses. I established that episode 1. They just did not
Sure.
work for some reason during the Goblin Raid.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean, mechanical mishaps happen all the time. Let's just hope they're working today. All right. So then Jacinto, being first, Jacinto is going to try and speed up with his incredible +1 bonus to piloting. I already threw my crit, so let's see what I get. Ooh,
Do a reroll.
I'm going to.
Do a reroll.
I see something. I see. Yes, I'm remembering something from the future. I'm going to use my see the future reroll for the day. And
Sorry, before you do that,
Nice.
it's a 17.
What was that, Leaf? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, are we not doing the they both roll?
I'm way down in
Better of the
initiative.
That was the plan. I was going to have Jacinto and then Finn roll.
Okay, so then
Because you guys were working
if
together,
we want to have,
remember?
yes, yeah, no.
If
So,
Finn wants to roll, and then if you decide that you still wanted to keep that re-roll that you did, like you'll have expended it and you can use that 17. Otherwise, that will just not. We'll ignore that 17.
Okay, perhaps Finn
That
could
makes
aid. Yeah.
That's a good idea because if Finn aids,
Or if you
then
wanna do
you're
that,
speed
yeah.
up.
Then we would speed up.
Yeah, me having aid would actually make more sense than us rolling twice anyway. Why don't I just
because
count
then
as
you're
aiding
getting
him?
I agree.
You just
Go right
roll
ahead.
piloting. You gotta get a
Try
10.
and pilot.
Okay.
Oh,
Finn is not helpful.
All right, so you got that 17.
Fail.
So that's the buggy. Ava, you're piloting the inner cycle, I believe.
Indeed. We're going for.
Dodo!
Sorry. Should have said before. I was going for keeping pace though, just because I don't want to get ahead of my friend.
I'm pretty sure we have a +1 floating out there too.
We do.
Yeah, the case.
So,
oh yeah, we
so
do.
you
Simon
guys,
gave us a +1. I'm taking that +1.
All right,
Thanks,
so
guys.
Jacinto speeds ahead with the +1.
and I'm
That's
just
fine.
keeping pace, so I'm just moving one ahead.
Jacinto.
Too. But that's all right because we'll get this. We'll get there.
All right, so what's going to happen here? They're going to need to speed up because they're a little bit behind you, as I've described. So it's a 17 plus the vehicle's item level. It's going to be a DC 18. Well, no, their item level, which would probably be their CR, so it's going to be a 19.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they have to do a DC 19 to speed up to get into the same zone as you. And we agreed that it was going to be athletics. So, bam, here we go. Yes, I rolled a 17 on the die. I super did it. So they charge forward. And it's like that T-Rex scene in Jurassic Park. They are on your tail.
Oh no.
Like snapping claws out at you.
Oh dear.
And every once in a while, there's a little spine that protrudes out from a weakness in the shell, and like a little slot in the shell, and it just launches over the top of you. These things have some ranged weaponry.
Oh no.
So, okay, yeah, you move forward to that zone. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to draw that.
Lahan, shoot back!
Should
This thing has caught up to you.
should my token be next
Ava.
to Jacinto?
Hold on, has caught up to where we started, or where? Because Jacinto got a move for making that roll.
Oh
to the
yeah. So it would be where you started. Jacinto did move forward. Ava kept pace.
Which
I think
moves
that's
forward one.
On the
Okay.
when everybody moves. Yeah, Jacinto got to move on his turn, and then everybody moves at the same time, unless I've
Okay.
lost it for some reason.
No, you're correct. You are correct.
Should my token
So do I?
move with Jacinto since we're in a vehicle?
Well,
I
we're
was
just
just
off to
using
the
one
side.
token to represent the vehicle.
Okay.
Just so I wasn't having to juggle all the tokens, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
That makes sense. Okay, got it.
Jacinto is here. The bug. I can't move the bug, but the bug is up with Ava, and Ava's there. Yeah.
So it'd be like that.
Mhm.
All right. So we have this thing snapping at the inner cycle's rear tire, the buggy staying slightly ahead, and that's our piloting checks.
And then anybody who still has actions can do things. So Lahan will target the one closest and shoot it. An 18 for 6 cold damage.
That will hit. You hate letting me have alive bad guys. You just hate it.
I do.
Yes, you have accurately assessed us.
And I think Aldern could take an action if he's not just cowering in the backseat. But
I
otherwise
feel
we go
like
back
he's
to the top.
probably just cowering. So it would be Jacinto and Finn are working together to do the driving, so they're tied up. Aldern's just screaming. Lahan didn't attack. The creature's in the same zone as Ava, though. So the creature, I think, gets to attack, correct? Because I'm doing it sort of like a group of 3.
So yeah, so it's actually an attack.
Well,
Can attack
it's
one of us. or
piloting.
Yeah, that's kind of why I described it as a group. Yeah, that's fine. I think
they
there's like a
riding
landing
each other?
maneuver. Oh, well,
I think there is indeed. You can engage another vehicle.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So we can-
that's a piloting
can-
action.
Ram, and I don't know. I don't know like what exactly is involved with that, but let me look.
There have been some ramming things, but I'm not sure it's in these rules. Collisions. Yes, it could run. They could run into us. You could use the collision rules. It's a piloting check with a DC equal to the enemy vehicle's KAC, and then it'll do damage to them.
But then that precludes them, unless they do the double maneuver thing, that precludes them
Or
from
they
moving
can try
forward a zone.
or they could try to like engage, maybe, and then fight people.
That's fine. We won't worry about it for this turn. I'll try and do an engage another vehicle maneuver, and if that succeeds, then I'll let them make like an attack on someone or something. If that
Okay.
sounds fair.
That seems reasonable.
Sure.
Cool.
We're doing
Yeah,
it live,
again,
folks.
Yeah, again, don't want to get bogged down. Just thought this was a cool idea. Ava, you're driving, so I think we're at the point where we're all doing piloting actions. Because Finn and Jacinto are working together to pilot.
I'm gonna
Yes.
aid
right.
Jacinto with whatever he is doing. That's my aid roll.
Piloting Jacinto. Yeah, you got an assist
Nice.
on your
All
pilot
right.
action.
So now that I have the assist, here comes the pilot.
Yep, I'm doing the pedals. You're doing the wheel.
Oh no!
You should use that reroll.
I'm gonna take that reroll that Rig of Donuts gave us. We'll start moving
All
down
right.
the queue.
mark it
And
up.
I didn't even say what this was going to be for. I should speed up again, shouldn't I?
Yes.
Yeah. So here comes the totally gnarly speed up. No. All right. So that's an 11 total, which.
Oh no, you're not gonna get to move at all.
Oh man.
It's all right.
All right.
You stalled.
So Jacinto says, Finn, push up on the clutch, and we need more speed, and then just everything goes wrong.
Meanwhile, Ava is going to go ahead and attempt to speed up. And succeed.
Wow.
So she's going to catch up to you
You're
guys.
one zone ahead right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I made a roll to engage another vehicle. The DC was the KAC of the enemy vehicle. And I looked up the KAC of the intercycle. So I definitely managed to engage you. So when we get to combat, would this be like it swiping at you as you pull away?
Sure,
Yeah.
that sounds fair.
So we did the piloting. You moved. Jacinto didn't move forward. It didn't make an action to move forward. It made an action to attempt to attack you. So I will do my attack, and I feel like it's probably going to attack Lahan again because she shot it.
Well, she's shooting it again.
Yeah, you guys are going to be duking it out with each other. Instead of
All
swiping,
round.
it's actually
All
going to
round
launch
shoot.
a spine. It's going to launch a spine at you.
Oh, rude.
Oh, for Lahan's attacks though.
So I
Lahan
can't
Miss.
attack while I'm driving.
I don't think
right?
a forcing hits the EHP,
I
does it? No, you
believe
can't
that
attack
is
while you're
true.
driving.
Okay.
You could take move actions. I think it's a standard action to pilot.
I rolled a critical hit.
Oh no!
You
So
should.
total of
Yay.
13 damage piercing.
Can we use a reroll on
Oh,
his roll?
Well, Lahan is unconscious in the sidecar.
Oh no! Is Nick? Is it too late to change our descriptions of our characters for the art? Because we might need new characters.
Wait, how much damage was that?
That's 13.
13 minus 6, that's minus 7. That is not more than my max HP. I'm not dead. I'm just
thank
unconscious.
goodness.
I'm in the
Jeez
sidecar.
I was not
Um,
trying to kill anyone. I just wanted to make it.
Did my
interesting
shot
space.
get off first?
Yeah. I'm gonna treat this like Starship Combat. You know, where you all
does
make
a
your
14
attacks.
hit EAC?
Is that EAC? That will hit. Just hit. So
1 point of
cold
damage. And then she gets hit with a quill and goes down. But that's okay.
Yeah, you
Totally fine.
slump
Keep
with
driving.
a quill in one of your lungs.
And then we
that's-
speed ahead to zones.
Yeah. Sadly, Jacinto is stuck. It made its engage, so I think it still gets to move forward into Jacinto's zone.
I don't think it does it?
It doesn't say anything about move and
Uh.
engage. It just says you engage a thing in the same zone. So that's why I narratively was like it was attacking as you were leaving the zone.
Yeah. If it doesn't say anything, then yeah, you should still move in that second chase progress phase.
Really?
Yeah. Because by default, you move one zone forward.
All right.
Yep. That was evade.
Oh,
So
hey, but
that
then we
is-
move forward one additional zone in the chase progress phase, even on a failed check.
No, 'cause we-
unless you failed by 5 or more. Yep,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's now caught up to the buggy.
Yeah, vehicles, riders attack, and vehicles move forward one zone in the chase progress.
This
phase.
is 2 turns. Lapis, can you be keeping track of this for me, please?
Yes. Absolutely.
You're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That was weird because I wasn't muted.
This is the second turn. Got to get through 3 more turns. Let's do our piloting checks.
All right.
Come on.
Jacinto is going to
Speed up
try, and he's going to be less ambitious this time.
Instead of
We're just going to try and keep pace, I think. So Jacinto does that. Flynn, do you want to aid Jacinto?
I was gonna say instead of aiding, I think I'm gonna try to shoot it since it's doing damage to people.
Okay, that makes sense to me. So then Jacinto will try his piloting check all by his lonesome.
You've got this.
15, 14 on the die. What's the DC for this? We got it. Keep pace is move 1 zone forward.
Oh man, another critical success for me to engage the buggy.
No.
Oh,
Do we have any rerolls? Can we force him to reroll?
I'm not opposed
We
to that.
can.
I think we should make Jet reroll.
I mean, for engaging though, like he still has to attack.
Okay.
Make him reroll the attack.
Yeah.
All right, so we've done our piloting.
Yes, Ava has sped up successfully. We're getting Lahan out of dodge. Effectively, think of us as out of
A resolve
combat.
point to stabilize.
Oh wait, hold on. No,
Okay.
I have to be 2 ahead. I'm not 2 ahead yet. Never mind.
Yeah.
We're now changing focus on to getting Lahan to a hospital.
Okay, so
Got a
chase
arm sticking out of
progress.
her chest.
So the chase progress would be, I believe.
So we move forward.
You move to your new zones. Yeah, we move new because there's that default one.
Mhm.
Ava, you only move 1 forward, or did you do the speed up where you
It
move?
was 2. I already moved 1, like in the turn,
Okay.
because that's how it works. On the turn you move, and
Okay.
then during the chase you move 1 as well.
Okay, and then it's combat, and I'm going to shoot a spine, and I'm going to roll a die. Need a turn order. I'm gonna roll a d6. 1 and 2 is gonna target Jacinto. 3 and 4 will target Finn. 5 and 6 will target Aldrin. It's gonna target Aldrin.
Yeah. Take that, Aldrin.
Eat
We're gonna
it,
take all your
stupid.
stuff. I mean, we're good
Wait.
characters. We're not gonna take all Waldron's stuff if he dies.
What?
Won't be terribly sad if he dies, though.
No. He's
all
a
the healing
creeper, man.
you did with Jacinto has just been undone.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I don't hear the sincerity. Finn.
That's because
do
there was
your-
none yet.
Waldron.
Sorry, what was that? Couldn't hear you.
I believe it's your opportunity to make an attack if you wish.
Yes, I do.
And since it's engaged, you can do melee instead of ranged if you
Yeah, you can
wish.
punch it because it's engaged.
Okay.
It's right up next to you.
And this is turn 3. I know we didn't mention it, but I can see this as a combat situation, and you could be on turn 3 of a attunement to either photon or
I didn't.
graviton.
I didn't declare it though. That doesn't feel good.
That's fine.
Also,
It's just a
I'm
big
really
turn bumper.
close, and we're just on a buggy, so I don't know if 10 feet is. I don't know if we got 10 feet between us.
Yeah. You're
I'm very
on it.
flammable.
You're
Yeah, I don't-
there.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know what graviton thinks that they've got going on.
So
that's true.
since he's close enough to punch, I'm going to photon attune to give me a bonus to my damage, and I'm going to use a move action to summon my gauntlet, and I'm gonna punch at him once.
Nice.
22
Nice.
for 10
Yeah.
damage.
God, you wrecked its day. It's super seriously hurt.
Yeah, it comes in to engage our vehicle, and while it's doing that, I get a good hit in on it, cracking its outer shell a bit.
I feel like you
Possibly a
punch it
lot.
in the eye and pulp one of its eyes is what happens.
I'll do that. I
That's
like
a
that.
solid hit. So that's our combat. We're back
Eat
to
void!
our pilot
Void.
actions.
Round 4.
All
This
right.
is turn 4, I believe, right?
Yes,
Eat
Or are
up.
we on
It
turn
is.
3?
4.
4. Okay.
Ava gets away.
Yep,
Nice.
Ava's gotten away. You guys just see her speeding off
Jacinto.
in the distance. Lahan trailing green blood on the ground behind us.
Jacinto
I'm
is
stable.
going to grimly
I
look
use a
uh,
to get a hit.
after them.
What? Eurolab's loving me right now. I rolled an 18 on the die.
Oh,
Do what?
Yeah, so
well, this is where I roll a 20 on the die. Huh. Or a 7.
Why do you say these things? You know how you.
Because one of these days
No.
it's gonna work. All right, I'm taking Nick's reroll that she bought us.
Do it. Do it. You need it.
You know,
16.
Tom.
I didn't even say what I was doing. I'm keeping pace because I don't have a good chance of speeding up, and we're almost. So
You know, Tom, the day you do call your dice roll and it's a high number is going to be the day I am worried about
How does it
the
reroll?
apocalypse.
I think I'm worried about it, guys.
yeah.
One
so you're
second.
keeping
I gotta
pace,
see what my dog's
right?
yelling at. Sorry.
Okay. No worries.
yes, keeping pace.
Keeping pace, speeding up, you would have had the same result either way.
Yeah, we'll sit there because we're
Sorry about that.
with each other.
Right here.
And Finn and the Tick will get to attack, and I feel like they're going to attack each other.
That's fine.
This time it's going to shoot a spike at Finn.
Come here.
Oh no.
Does a 16 hit your KAC?
I feel like that does. KAC, yeah. 13 is my KAC, so yes.
Need to get you some better armor, Finn. Take 9 points of damage.
I got the best stuff I could buy with my money.
One.
Let's see. So that'll take me down to 0
They're
stamina.
just beasts. They're scary, scary beasts.
And then 13 minus 8. What's 13 minus 8?
Just
five?
if you
Five,
just
okay.
do in your bubble with these bubbles,
You
you
can
can
type
just type
mi-
-8 into the bubble and hit enter, and it'll do math for you.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yep. I'm gonna spend one
you can make
more
your
resolve
attack.
point to get a hit point back over here. In
Okay.
sidecar.
I'm going to spend another other round, photon attuning, and if he's still close enough, I'm just going to do a full attack on him.
Yep, he engaged you, so. Oh no.
Can I take the
That
reroll
one will
and reroll
definitely miss.
my first attack on him?
Go right ahead. That
Does
15
anybody
also
care?
just misses.
Okay.
Oh, you could take that.
You might want to save the reroll for getting away. But
Okay. We can save it. I missed both.
All right. So yeah, you're
Plus
pounding
one
on that
make you hit?
carapace.
Nope, I missed both.
Yeah, no, you have a +1 that you can apply to that 15 if you
Okay.
wish.
Yeah, I did buy a +1.
Okay, then you
would
hit.
16 hit it?
Yes, 16 will hit it. It's looking pretty hurt. Finn's wrecked this thing's day with a little bit of help from Lahan.
If I'd gotten it twice, I might have murdered it.
It's very angry. And we're on turn 5, which we agreed would be our final turn.
Yep.
So
All right, Jacinto. You got this.
All right.
You can almost
Here.
see the walls over the trees.
Here comes the noise. Jacinto is going to just drive, trying to keep pace. He just wants to make it to the wall at this point.
Hey, nice!
There's the 20.
There it is. You were
And
just
I
cognizant
rolled a
turn
natural
thing.
1.
Yeah,
Nice.
I rolled
Nice.
a natural 1, guys.
that's what we like to hear.
So-
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
So the bug trips
So
over all of its feet.
you guys managed to just barely get away, get a little bit of distance between you and the bug, and one of the turrets on the wall comes to life and fires into the shell of the tick, just riddling it with slugs.
Nice.
And it just plows into the earth, much like that Tashtari did as it was trying to flee you guys in episode 1, and it lies still. And by that one, I mean the group of ticks, because I said there was 3, so 3 ticks get cut down in a hail of gunfire from a turret on the wall, and just done.
Nice.
Dunzo.
I'm imagining some sort of like heavy cannon of some sort, just kind of.
Come over here.
tearing
Yeah, it's like
them
a
up.
chain
You mean
cannon.
something like
Oh god, no.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. What, you thought I was going to do the Wilhelm scream?
Perfect. Well
Lahan-
timed, Tom.
and I feel like Lahan, Ava prioritizing getting Lahan to some medical care, Aldern demanding medical care. You guys, like, they open the gates as you approach, just in case any more ticks come out of the edge of the woods. You get inside, the gates are slammed shut. People stand at their stations at the gate, just manning the turrets just in case. And you can get in, you can get medical treatment. Hannah, the town's physician, or if you're super, like if you want some like magical healing, you could go to the cathedral, go to Father Xantus. He does have some mystical abilities that allow him to heal injuries.
I'm a little wounded, but I feel like regular is probably enough.
What happened? I feel woozy.
This time, Jacinto goes over to Lahan and is going to poke her with his twig hand, and she is going to get. That's better. That shows that I like her
Points back.
more. 10 hit points back, and if you need any more, let me know.
Nope, that's all my hit points.
All right. You hear like a brilliant flash of music for a second, and you just feel vitality rush into you, and then the music's gone.
And I think what happens is your body absorbs the organic matter from that spine and converts it into like your tissues.
Neat.
So there's probably like a
That's
slight
not-
a slight red discoloration, maybe, because that's the color of the spine. It'll probably fade.
maybe.
Huh, sorry about that. That's not usually how that works. But do you feel better?
Yeah, much. What happened? One
You
minute I was shooting at a tick, and the next I was here.
got ganked. But we got you home. Ava's a really good driver.
This jumpsuit is ruined.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
That was pretty decent
Indeed
driving.
it is.
Jacinto, you did some pretty decent driving yourself.
Oh, thanks. You were really helpful. These vehicles just aren't built for tiny people, you know. So having you be able to push the pedals and stuff like that while punching, that was really helpful. So thank you.
And I don't know if you have any more in the tank, Jacinto, but I believe Finn's kind of beat up as well.
I am. I'm taking
Is
it in
Alden-
stride, though.
Okay. Or is he bleeding out?
Aldrin's he's about as beat up as Finn.
Jacinto goes over
not
to
in great shape.
Jacinto goes over to Finn and says, "It's going to be a little slower, but if you give me some time, I can heal you up a bit. I'll patch you up." And he can use his healing touch once per day thing to give 5 hit points back to Finn.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all he's got. He has a spell gem of Mystic Cure that he's holding on to that he's not telling anybody about, especially Aldrin, because that's for emergencies.
We take
this is not
Aldrin
an
to the
emergency
temple and
anymore.
leave him with Father Xantus.
He's got money. He can pay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Shield.
we don't need to roleplay that. You go. He'll make a donation to the church. Father Xantus will, heal him. He'll lay his hands upon Aldern and he'll chant a prayer to Desna. And Aldern's wounds will mostly close, scab over. The scabs will fall away, and he's like, "Oh, that was one of the most exciting and terrifying things I've ever done in my life. I never want to do it again."
Hey.
Let's quiet, Jacob.
Pepper.
Let's get our bounty back to the Rusty Dragon. Let's turn it over to the staff and see what they can do with it. If any of you want any part of the body as a trophy, as anything, feel free. I just want to have a hearty meal made out of this thing that nearly killed me as revenge. Please drive me.
I'm actually
All
game
right.
for
And
that.
he's going to lean on Finn pretty hard throughout all of this. He's looking
I'll allow it.
friendly to Jacinto.
He's wounded. I'll allow it.
Jacinto is
He's
absolutely
not wounded
fine with
anymore.
this.
Xantus healed him.
Yeah, I know, but he's being dramatic. He's leaning on Finn.
He was marginally wounded. I'll allow it. He's had a rough day.
So rough. Such a hard day.
He did it to himself,
I
but
believe we are 12 to the hour. This is about when we'd wind down, unless you guys have anything last minute you want to roll in.
Lahan is definitely going to go talk to Bathana since Amiko is not around and be like, I need to get rid of this outfit entirely forever so that my father never sees it.
Yeah, she has zero problem. Like, if you get changed and you give it to her, she'll just walk over to the fireplace. And I say fireplace, but it's got fancy nozzles, and it's basically like a contained sphere of plasma lighting and heating up the dining area. And they'll just chuck your bloody clothes into that sphere of plasma and incinerate it.
Perfect.
Just like that.
excellent sound effects.
Yep.
A+.
Nice.
Yes, I'm super enjoying your work with the sounds, Tom.
You're
Thanks.
doing very well. Yes.
I'll stop drawing attention to myself now. It's
Quick
fun.
study.
Is there anything else anyone wants to get in besides, we made sure that we disposed of the bloody outfit? We're not telling anybody. We're not
Jenkins's fur. What kind of dog is Jenkins? Like, we talking
like a
golden
big
retriever? We
black
talking
lab.
Saint Bernard? Like,
I've never decided 100%, but I'm leaning because, it was defending its master. I've always pictured him as like a big, beefy boy dog. So I'm thinking Russian of Charka, which is also like the Caucasian mountain dog. They're one of the largest and most beautiful dogs I've ever seen.
awesome.
Average weight, 180 pounds.
All right. They're just shy of my average weight. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Dog is bigger than me.
That's a heavy dog.
Yeah. You should look up pictures sometime. There's a couple variations on them, but they're gorgeous and giant.
Yeah, then absolutely.
Awesome.
That's what Jenkins should be. Yeah, no, I'm satisfied. I think this is a good place to end it.
Yeah. Had a good session.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get where I thought we would get, but we added in that chase, and I thought it was kind of a fun addition. Sorry I sprang it on you guys, but
We
I
lived.
just
Oh no,
Glad
Quite
you
all right.
did. I always
Yeah.
like Chase.
yeah, it was fun.
good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope.
Thanks for
everyone-
running for us.
Well, thank
Yes,
you for
well done.
playing. I had
Yeah.
fun. I hope you had fun. And I'd just like to thank anybody that stuck with us and watched. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This Sunday, join everybody for episode 4 of Threefold Conspiracy. The investigators are going to be tracking down the truth behind the disappearance on board the Chimera and discover even deeper plots afoot. Next Thursday, we'll be back with this, Rise of the Star Lords. Anybody have any shout outs, comments, questions?
I have a
just
thing.
wanted to say I just wanted to say thank you, Tom. You're doing awesome stuff with the sound.
Oh, thanks. I mean, it's what I've been doing since Dawn of Flame, right? I always make the music with my mouth, so now I'm just
Yeah.
yeah.
How's working?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, as always. Nothing changed. No, thank you. Seth did a great job with it before, and so I'm happy to take up the mantle now. What I was going to say was, and I know we didn't actually talk about this beforehand, but do we want to try and raid Cosmic Crit, perhaps? Because there's
Oh, yeah, they're still on. Let's see.
7 live.
Absolutely.
So
If they are still on, we should indeed.
I think they are. Let's get their link.
Rose, do you have a button to
Chat.
send us to raid Cosmic Crit?
I have no idea what you're talking about when you say raid Cosmic Crit.
There should be a raid button. I should have looked at this.
Can I
this week.
just post their link in the chat and say, hey,
Yes.
everybody go to that address. You don't even need to tell them that we sent
There is
you.
absolutely a way for us
but-
to do
We'll
a
figure it
raid.
out for next time, guys.
But yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Learning
That'd be a
curve.
thing.
We're
Yeah, go
figuring
check
things
out Cosmic Crit. They're streaming. They're playing
Final
Final
Fantasy
Fantasy VII. Tyler is playing for the first time, so that's pretty darn amusing.
Yeah, I've caught a little bit
so
of
go
it,
check
and his
them
reactions
out.
are pretty
good watch.
priceless.
Nick, you are very hard to understand right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, Tyler's pretty priceless to watch already. So
Yeah, he's a character. And then you've got Drew as well. And the pair of them are just very funny. So go over there. No joke. Go over there. Enjoy their stream. Love on them. But we thank you for watching us and loving on us. That sounded weird. But yeah.
sounded better in your head, right?
Yeah. Always.
If you have any
Alright.
questions for us, if you want to suggest any icebreakers, nonstandardaction@gmail.com. Hit us up on Discord. And everybody, say goodbye.
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 See y'all next week.
Take care of yourselves, everybody.